Om Kannimoola Ganapati Bhagavane Sharanamayappa. Om Swamiye Sharanamayappa. Om Guruvin Guruve Sharanamayappa. Om Gurupada Vandanave Sharanamayappa. Adhyaya 6. The Slaying of Mahishi. While the Lord who had incarnated on earth was spending his days in the service of the Pandya king, several important developments took place on the other side. The Asuras were in search of Mahishamukhi, who was roaming in the woods with Sundara Mahisha, completely immersed in the conjugal bliss. Meanwhile, a son was born to Mahishi and Sundara Mahisha. He too had the form of a buffalo. As his roar sounded like that of Dundubhi, means a drum, he was named as Dundubi. Taking him by their side, the Asuras fought with the Devas. As the Asura was endowed with a huge mountain-like form and the natural strength of a demon, Devas feared that he might develop into another Mahishasura. Indra's son Vali gave assurance to the Devas, "Worry not, I will destroy Dundubi," vowed Vali. Dundubi, who came to know about Vali's vow, went directly to Vali and challenged him to a duel. Both of them fought for a year. In the end, the valiant Vali killed Dundubi and threw his carcass far away. Unfortunately, the carcass landed on Mattanga Ashrama, mountain wherein sage Mattanga had his hermitage. Incensed, the sage pronounced a curse upon Vali, ordaining that he will die if he ascends that mountain. Coming to know about Dundubi's killing, his minister Mayavi came to fight with Vali. For a period of 28 months, Maya's son Mayavi fought fiercely with Vali. Unable to withstand Vali's prowess, Mayavi ran away and hid himself in a cave. Sugriva and others waited at the entrance of the cave. Loud noises indicating a fierce battle were heard in the cave. Finally, Vali killed Mayavi. Due to the illusion created by Mayavi, everyone wrongly assumed that it was Vali who got killed, and they sealed the entrance of the cave with a huge rock. Due to the assumption that it was Sugriva who did this, enmity grew between Vali and Sugriva. Later, Vali was killed by Sri Rama. The leaderless Asuras finally discovered the whereabouts of Mahishi and met her. "O Empress of Asuras, you have fallen a prey to the wicked design of Devas, who had planned to reinstate their rule in heaven by making you deluded. To achieve this end, they have created Sundara Mahisha to entice you and make you forget about Swarga. We feel sorry for the current state," cautioned the demons. Surprised by the Asura's statement, Mahishi asked, "Have the Devas become so powerful?" To which Asuras narrated the events that took place. "Karambika, ever since you came down to earth, your entire clan of Asuras has been in a quandary. We have become an object of ridicule to all. We churned the milky ocean with the Devas, but not a drop of Amrita which was produced from it was given to us. The Devas who consumed the Amrita were relieved from their curse and regained their youthfulness. Then they redeemed their kingdom from us. Aren't you aware of all of this? Devas have long become powerful. We have been rendered powerless. They are leading a luxurious life in Amravati, whereas we have been left to bemoan our fate in the Patala. Worst of all, you are roaming around on earth, totally oblivious to everything around you." The lament of the Asuras brought Mahishamukhi back to her senses. She erupted with fury. Knowing that it will be foolish to wait any further, she abandoned Sundara Mahisha at once and left with the Asuras. By making use of her boon, she again created myriad armies of Mahishas and marched to heaven. Contented to having successfully accomplished the mission entrusted to him by the Trimurtis, Sundara Mahisha abandoned his buffalo form and merged into the Trimurtis. Once Mahishi reached Amravati, she roared ferociously like a lion. "Hey Indra, you have regained Swarga by deceiving me. You will pay a heavy price for this mean act. Aren't you a coward? You formerly ran away in fear of me. Like a lioness, I have come here to curb the arrogance of every one of you. Be ready to battle with me." challenged Mahishi. Hearing Mahishi's war cry, Devas headed by Indra went to the battlefield and made a shower of celestial missiles. However, all their efforts proved to be futile. They were unable to sustain her onslaught, let alone face her in the battle. With dampened spirits, they began to fear about what might happen next. The Devas had to go into hiding again. The Devas began to meditate on Dharmashastra, the son of Harihara, in their hearts. Filled with full confidence and faith that Bhagavan Shastha, who embodies them within himself, the complete powers of Trimurtis, will definitely save them. The Devas waited for the Lord to fulfill the purpose of his incarnation. In such a situation, the Devas became thrilled to know that Lord, who was incarnated as Manikantha, had entered the forest after serving the Pandyan king for 12 years. Knowing that the Lord was residing at the golden temple constructed by rishis, the Devas hastened to the banks of Pampa, located in the southern part of the land of Bharata, to have his darshan. Standing on the banks of Pampa and looking at the direction of the powerful golden temple, the Devas began to sing Aryatata, the son of Hariharaputra. Salutations to Bhagavan, who is the personification of Omkara, who is in the form of Narayana, who is omniscient. Salutations to him takes one across the fairy ocean of samsara, the Taraka Brahma, and who is renowned as Sri Bhutanatha. Salutations to him who exists in the form of knowledge, who is embodiment of purity, who is the culmination of all merits, who is the letter Pa, who is the letter Ra, who is the letter Ya, who is the letter Go, who is the letter Pa, who is the letter Tha, who is the letter Ra, who is the letter Na, who is the letter Ma, who is the son of Harihara, who confers everything. To you we offer our adorations. Please remove our afflictions. O Creator of the universe, O Lord of the universe, please save us from this peril. You are the Creator of this universe. You are the preserver of this universe. You are the sovereign of this universe. You are also the destroyer of the universe. Victory to you. Victory to you. You are the substratum, an inner soul of all living beings. May you always be victorious. May you always be victorious. O Dharmashastra, who removes the afflictions of birth, grant us your grace. We have completely surrendered at your beautiful feet. When will be our redemption? Save us who are tormented by Mahishi. Delighted by the singing of the Devas, Sri Dharmashastra, the benefactor of Bhaktas, appeared before them. O celestials, I am immensely delighted by your singing. Ask any boon which you desire. I'll give without fail, said the Lord. Completely awed by the Lord's majesty, Indra, the king of celestials, forgot himself and was unable to utter a word. The Lord, being adept in knowing and removing the hardships of his devotees without them asking, smiled gently and said, Mahendra, although you have remained silent, even after I have asked you to choose a boon, I fully understand your predicament. I'll definitely redeem your heavenly kingdom from the clutches of the wicked Mahishamukhi and restore it back to you. Henceforth, no harm shall befall you. I will always protect all of you. I am extremely pleased and satisfied by the hymn sung by you. My presence is undoubtedly be ensured by the recital of this hymn. The person who recites this hymn will definitely win my grace. This hymn shall be the medicine for the disease of distress. A person who recites this hymn on a Saturday or on Makara Sankranti will undoubtedly be a recipient of my grace. Having said this, the Lord Bhutanatha, armed and accompanied by his Bhutaganas, proceeded to Swarga. Angered by the arrival of Lord Bhutanatha and his Ganas in heaven, Mahishi exclaimed, Who are you, small kid? You dare to fight with me? With uplifted horns, she rushed towards Manikantha, intending to attack him. In addition to the armies of Asuras, countless armies of Mahishas started to emerge from Mahishi's body. But no one of them was able to survive even for a split second in the presence of Lord, who was the personification of Dharma. A terrible war of missiles ensued, which later developed into deadly combat, which indicated no signs of victory on either side. Finally, both stopped fighting weapons and started wrestling. The Lord caught hold of Mahishi by her horns and lifted her above his head. Swirling like a ball, he threw her down to the earth. Mahishi fell with a huge thud on the banks of river Alasa, located in the southern part of Kerala kingdom. The sound of her fall resonated throughout the 14 worlds. Even before he attempted to get up, the Lord jumped on the right side of her body and began to dance upon her with his divine lotus feet. Seeing their empress being defeated and about to be killed, the remaining Asuras trembled with fear and ran helter-skelter. As the Lord had instructed them to eliminate the demons, the Bhutaganas killed many of those Asuras. With a fierce appearance and utmost fury, the Lord Bhutanatha danced upon Mahishi's body. Due to the Samhara Tandava of the Lord, the earth's burden increased, causing it to quake. Even Adishesha, who bears the earth upon his 1,000 hoods, was unable to bear the weight and began to struggle. At this moment, sage Narada, who arrived there, started to pacify the Lord by playing his veena and singing Samaveda. Having calmed down, the Lord stopped his fierce dance of destruction and began his blissful Ananda Tandava. Lord Shiva and Lord Vishnu, who appeared there, were greatly pleased with Manikantha's heroic deed. All the 33 crores of Devas joyously showered heavenly Parijata flowers on Lord. Mahishi, who was like a ferocious elephant in a rut, began to lose her strength and powers gradually and started to vomit blood. At that moment, she started to have self-realization. Mahishi said, "This heroic youth who is dancing on me must be the son of Shankara and Narayana, who embodies within himself the powers of the Trimurtis. Who else has the ability to destroy, subjugate, or conquer me? Only the offspring of Harihara has the capacity and authority to do so. That is the boon which I have received. Therefore, let me surrender to this embodiment of Shankara Narayana. May he grant me a good state." With such thoughts, Mahishi began to appeal to the Lord. "O Bhagavan, O Bhaktavatsala, having known who you are, I wish to worship you. I soulfully salute you, who slew me by dancing upon me, who is the source of origin for the 14 worlds and who enables one to the crossover the samsaric ocean of birth and death. I constantly salute the one is enacting his Nitya Leela on me, the one who annihilated my arrogance and made Brahma's boon come true. I offer my obstinence to the one whose brilliance illuminates the planets, to him who elevates all living beings. May he who is dancing upon me confer his grace by enacting his divine dance in the recesses of my heart. O Lord, who protects the Devas and Bhaktas, with a desire to be redeemed from my husband's curse, I now surrender to your lotus feet. As Dharma Shastha, you make those who perform Dharma repent and follow the path of Dharma. Kindly forgive all my adharmic mistakes and grant me your grace." Moved by the prayer and soulful supplications of Mahishi, Dharmashastra stopped his dance and stepped down from Mahishi's body. Stroking her body gently with his lotus-like palms, the merciful Lord lovingly comforted her. Immediately a beautiful divine female form appeared from the Mahishi's body, dazzling in her beauty, bedecked in the finest garments and ornaments, flanked by the celestial women. She was seen to be seated in a divine Vimana, stationed in the mid-sky. Awed by her divine appearance, even the Devas bowed down to her. Seated in the Vimana, the goddess addressed Manikantha Deva, "Lord, by your grace I have been redeemed from the curse I am your Shakti. Manikantha Deva said, You are indeed my Shakti. However, this birth I have taken the vow of Brahmacharya. Therefore, you shall be revered as my sister under the name of Manchambika, taking your residence on a spot located slightly to the left of my abode. You will be worshipped by Devas and my Bhaktas as a Devi. As ordained by the Lord, the goddess took her residence at that spot as Manchambika. Then the Trimurtis lovingly embraced Manikantha. Lord Shiva said, Dear son, both the slaying of Mahishi and your Tandava was seen by me. The hardships suffered by Devas have been brought to an end by you today. Though a part of your incarnation's purpose has been fulfilled, many other things need to be done by now. Firstly, you need to comfort King Rajashekhara, who is deeply aggrieved by your separation, through some good advice. Formerly, when you incarnated as Rama, the pure-hearted Shabari, who was a great devotee of yours, abandoned her body. An amsha of her has taken birth in the same Shabari clan as a yogini from sage Mattanga's Shishya Parampara, awaiting your arrival. She is immersed in deep meditation on your Nirguna aspect on the Nilimala, situated on the banks of Pampa. You, being the unified form of Trimurti, shall grant her moksha. The spot where that Shabari is living will henceforth be renowned as Sabarimala. In this way, people will gain an opportunity to utter her name and become blessed. In that very spot, the Padamadala king will erect a temple and enshrine you in it. Accepting the worship offered to you in the temple of Pannambala Vedu, the temple of Sabarimala, and the temple enshrined in the hearts of every devotee, you shall confer your grace to all. Now, in the continuance of your Leela, you shall take along with you the tigresses for the purpose of extracting milk that can cure the queen's fake headache. The celestial women will transform themselves into tigresses. Devas will become their cubs and follow you. Devendra, who regained his glory through you, will assume the form of a male tiger. Mounting on him, proceed to the kingdom. Your divine nature will become known not only to sages and gods but to humans as well. By giving Upadesha to Rajashekhara, provide him enlightenment. Mahishi's corpse was lying on the banks of Alda river, like a huge mountain. Seeing it, Brahma said, By virtue of the boons which she received, even a hair particle in her body has powers. Though she had died, her body remains as a storehouse of powers. It has to be concealed. Exposure to air might cause it to grow to such an extent where it could cause obstruction to the movement of sun and the moon. Therefore, Manikantha, her body should be disposed into a hole in the eastern part of Alda river and covered with stones. That spot will henceforth be known as Prastharachala. Accordingly, Lord Manikantha threw Mahishi's body on the spot indicated by Lord Brahma. Later, the Lords Bhutaganas concealed the body by throwing stones on it. This place is currently known as Kallidum Kundru. Then Lord Manikantha called upon Bhutagana, Vapara, by name and said, Until I return after meeting the Pandya king, erect an enclosure and stay there with the other Bhutaganas, dwelling in that enclosure as guardians. Protect my devotees by hunting down wild animals. Saying so, the Lord left to Pandala. After blessing the sages and all others, Devendra assumed the form of a male tiger. Devas and Devis transformed themselves into tiger cubs and tigresses respectively, Manikantha mounting on the male tiger, who was none other than Indra. Lord Manikantha happily mounted the male tiger and surrounded by goddesses in the form of tigresses and triumphantly returned to the city. Seeing Manikantha entering the city riding a tiger and surrounded by an ambush of tigers, the citizens trembled in fear. Fear-stricken, some ran away from their homes. Some ran into the jungle. Some even ran away from the kingdom. Some cried, Manikanta, who went to the forest in search of tiger's milk, has brought back all the tigers in the jungle. These tigers are going to devour the people. This child has brought from the forest to the city. But now he has transformed the city into the forest. Overcome by fear, some were bewailing while others started shouting loudly. There were great agitation and unrest among the people. Some started to protest at the entrance of the palace. Hearing the commotion, the king came out to find out the reason. Beholding the rows of tigers, which were advancing swiftly like the tides of ocean, with the boy Manikanta astride on a tiger in its center, the king stood stupefied. Seeing the king, Manikanta got down from the tiger and walked towards the palace. Walked towards the palace entrance majestically, armed with a bow and arrow. Addressing the perplexed king, Manikanta said, My lord, due to your grace, my mission was accomplished. Have a look at the tigers. Ask the servants to bring the vessels and start milking at once. Let the medicines for the queen's headache be prepared as soon as possible. If you have any other task to be done, do not hesitate to tell me. I will fulfill it in no time. Please ask them to extract the milk immediately. The tigers might be hungry and start devouring the people. Do not fear, I will hold them tightly. Ask them to start milking at once. Hearing Manikanta's words, the king said, O Lord, why are you testing me? Please make me comprehend your true identity. I am not amazed by your feat of bringing these tigers, as I have heard that such a thing can be easily accomplished through the power of mantras and magic. Today I have seen a divine splendor in your face, something which I have never seen in all these years. That brilliance and godliness can never be obtained by mantras or magic. After seeing that, it's no longer possible for me to look upon you as my son. I now see you as the Lord of the universe himself. The queen's headache disappeared the moment you left for the forest. Therefore, there is no need for the tiger's milk anymore. Please send these tigers back to the forest. I wish to know about your true nature. Please enlighten me. At that moment, sage Agastya appeared on the scene, welcoming him with due hospitality. The king said, O Maharishi, all this while I have not been aware of the true nature of Manikanta, who had been the fortune of my family. Though I am not fit to receive that revelation, I wish to know it through you. Requested thus, sage Agastya told the king the complete details of Dharma Shastra's appearance with great devotion. O king, your son is none other than the inconceivable Lord Hariharaputra. But he was bewildering us with his Maya and moving amongst just like one of us. Completely overjoyed, the king contemplated on Dharma Shastra in his heart and bowed to the sage. Swamy Sharanam. Swamy Sharanam. Swamy Sharanam. This is the end of Adhyaya 6. Om Swamy Sharanam.